We are here today in Egypt looking at the Great Pyramids of Giza.
You know, from the beginning, you're immediately struck with how amazing these three pyramids are in size, and the impeccable presentation of the last remaining world wonder of the ancient world.
Yes, 3 pyramids for 3 rulers, in fact. The pyramids were built by the rulers Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure. They serve as part of a royal mortuary complex. Actually, by looking at the landscape several hundred years before the emergence of the Egyptians on the Giza Plateau, we are able to tell that the pyramids were the results of several experiments in their plight to build a royal mortuary complex.
Yes, this rules out a lot of speculation over how these amazing structures were made. So, aliens did not help out the Egyptians for this one. But it is said that there are about 2,000 conscripted peasants who worked seasonally to help a permanent group of skilled laborers. The workers would be separated into groups of 200, and then these groups were divided into groups of 20 men.
Yeah, we believe that it took 20 minutes to carry 2.5-ton blocks from the quarry to the pyramids. Actually, they would make the trip a little easier by transporting the blocks on a lubricated surface of wet silt.
Through this process, they were thought to have transported about 340 blocks daily in the making of these structures.
Being a part of a royal mortuary complex, there was also a temple at the base of each pyramid, along with the long stone causeway leading to a valley temple.
Included in the overall structure are smaller pyramids dedicated to the queens that are positioned as satellites.
Yes, and there is a major cemetery of small tombs called mastabas for prominent members of the court, as it was an honor to be buried by the pharaoh and ensured people a great place in the afterlife. Okay, let's take a look at the Pyramid of Khufu. It is the largest pyramid with a height of 481 feet and a base length of 750 feet on each side. The greatest difference in length among the 4 sides is just 1 3/4 inches. The base is level within an inch. The measurements prove the structure to be an amazing feat of engineering. The pyramid seems to be made of approximately 2,300,000 blocks, which can weigh over 50 tons. Not actually on the structure anymore are these white outer casting stones made of limestone. There even was a capstone that could have allowed anyone in that area to see the structure. Khufu's pyramid possesses unique passageways and chambers, for some of which the function is still not known. Small robots actually explored these chambers, but rocks blocked the passages. You actually have to crawl to get into the pyramid, but upon entering the passage, the way leads to the king's chamber, which is made entirely from red granite. The king's sarcophagus is also made from red granite, and it is located in the central axis of the pyramid, which was blocked by granite and limestone to hide the opening of the burial chamber. In the east of the pyramid, there are 7 boat pits, which is not a new thing to be found in these mortuary complexes, but these were just model boat pits and not actual boats. But on the south side of the pyramid were 2 large, deconstructed boats, one of which has been assembled for a museum on another side of the pyramid. The boats are thought to be for the funerary procession and a part of the ritual for the last earthly voyage of the pharaoh. Next, we have the Pyramid of Khafre, which seems bigger than his father, Khufu's pyramid, but it isn't. It was actually just made 33 feet higher on the plateau. The cool thing about this one is that part of the outer casing is still present around the top, and we can see that this outer casing would have covered the whole pyramid as well as the other pyramids. The interior of the structure is much simpler than Khufu's, with 1 burial chamber, a subsidiary chamber, and 2 passageways. However, the mortuary temple is more complex, and it includes a statuary of the king, which was filled with over 52 images of the king. Some life-size and some even bigger. Khafre's Valley Temple at the end of the causeway that we spoke about before is well preserved. Made of megalithic blocks, the statues based on the polished white calcite floors indicate that there are 24 more images of the pharaoh in the temple. Next to the pyramid is Egypt's first colossal sculpture, the Great Sphinx. The nearness to Khafre's pyramid indicates that the lion-bodied structure with the head of a king was yet another sculpture made for Khafre. The lion is an important royal symbol and has connections to the sun as it represented the horizon. The king's head is actually smaller compared to the body. When workers saw that, they elongated the body to make up for it. There's another temple related to the cult of the Sphinx right in front of it. The third major pyramid and the last one we are talking about is the Pyramid of Menkaure. While being the smallest, the structure preserves some of the most important sculptures to come out of Egypt. The pyramid is more complex than Khafre's and consists of a decorative chamber and another chamber with 6 large niches. Menkaure's sarcophagus was carved with niched panels and was located inside the burial chamber. However, the sarcophagus was lost at sea while being transported to England. In the mortuary and valley temples were many statues, including the famous one of Menkaure and his queen. The temple was still active as a place for a cult in the Old Kingdom and had to be rebuilt in the 6th dynasty after a flood had left it damaged.